You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
Okay, the film.
Where to begin?
Let's.
I have 5 pages of notes.
Let's begin with this. Let's go a little backstory. The film was entered into, what was it, Sundance or the Cannes? It was Sundance, right?
I believe it was, yes, Sundance.
It was rejected. Let me underline this. It was
rejected.
It was rejected by Sundance. That means that they said no, we can't show this.
I don't think they normally do that either.
I think they do it a lot, but I don't think they do it a lot to films that you end up actually seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a selection process, but I'm sure there's films where they rejected them and you watch them and go, well, obviously they don't have room for everything. And then when you hear this got rejected, like there's a reason you got rejected. This is not a film.
It's a piece of shit.
Apparently, Netflix now rents student films. You can go on and get any student film feature on streaming instantly. So what happened was...
Is it like if I just uploaded, I don't know, a 1 hour or 30-minute student film, it immediately gets on there, or it needs to get people to request it?
I don't know.
How does that work?
It's got to work some way because Birdemic is on here.
Yes, it is.
Now, so he was rejected, so he took a van, covered it with fake blood and fake birds, and with the sign, why did the birds attacked?
Yeah, why did the birds attacked?
Right.
That's one of the taglines. Now, to me...
Hold on.
I'm okay.
This is a good segue, but I just want to finish that. He drives around town with the van until a distributor sees the van and says, okay, we'll buy that. That's how he got distribution.
Really?
Yes. Now, the fact that we talked about why did the birds attacked? If you go to IMDb's trivia,
is it because he's Asian?
I don't think it's because he's Asian. I think it's because he does not have a strong grasp of the English language, and you don't have to be Asian to have that. So I don't want to.
I think for those types of mistakes.
Well,
let's put it this way. I've seen a lot of mistakes like that, and the majority of it is from Asians. Just saying. Not that it's a strike against them.
All right, anybody that's from a foreign country, dude, is gonna might have issues. Stop.
I don't know.
Stop.
I think that some are worse than others.
You know what's funny? On IMDb,
yeah,
they don't have any goofs.
Really?
Why bother? Really, why bother? So, what is the film about? May I hazard a guess?
It's essentially about a bird apocalypse.
Are you sure?
Well, judging by the film where you see nothing but cars and people walking in the background when they're not supposed to, an apocalypse did not occur, but they're trying to get that off in the film that it did. Like, for instance, if it's so goddamn dangerous to be outside, why do they go for a fucking picnic outdoors?
Well, that's a lot.
They go to the beach. They go to the fucking beach again, outdoors, and because it's a public beach, you see people on the beach in these shots.
Well, you're getting ahead of ourselves here.
I know it's more continuity errors and all that, but every single fucking scene is worse after the other.
No, dude. You make a perfectly good point. Repeatedly in the film says, "Okay, birds are attacking us. What do we do? Let's go outside."
Yeah.
And
let's save these people.
And let's casually stroll somewhere.
Let's walk through the woods where birds fucking live. You're not going to find more birds than in the fucking forest.
Now, so you say the film is about a bird apocalypse.
It's an avian war, I think, is one of the defining terms for the movie.
I watched the first 45 minutes of the film, and as far as I could tell, the film was about a young man who started his own solar panel company.
Who got charged $20,000 from his own company. Did you notice that?
All right.
The guy comes over to give him an estimate from his own company. He's like, yeah, that'll be $20,000.
My favorite part of that scene?
And then he knocks it down 1,000. He goes, can we knock that down a bit? And he's like, okay, I'll do it for 19. Deal. What? Are you fucking kidding me?
This guy's he's the salesman too.
Yeah. It's like you make $1 million sales. 19. You got a deal. Let's do this.
My favorite part of that scene is when he asks the salesman, where do you plan on putting them? And I'm thinking,
right there.
The fucking roof. So they walk outside and he points at the roof and goes, right there. So what do you know? The fucking roof.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But I wish I could remember. I didn't write it down. Do you have the note of the first line spoken in the movie by the waitress?
Oh God, no, I don't.
The first line spoken is grammatically incorrect. The first line is obviously.
Well, you know what it is? I remember first watching the movie and seeing that scene, and I think my jaw just dropped, and I didn't write anything down because I'm just like, I'm gonna spend the next 90 minutes watching this.
Yeah, I turn on the film. It's like, okay, Joey, maybe watch this, and you watch the guy park the car, walk into the restaurant.
Yep.
He sits down. The waitress comes up with the menu. He's like, she like bows and like motions towards the table.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is so student film. It's scary, but then
it's so robotic.
She says,
too. The dialogue is just so robotic.
Well, the first line is, if I remember correctly, was along the lines of, "Here's your menu. I will be back shortly for you." So what? Like, rewind that. Okay. Makes no sense. And then
we're a minute in.
Now, did you get the same feeling I did after the first minute and a half that they were actually editing in camera?
Oh yeah.
You know, like they're
and the worst part about the editing is
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, well, your microphone's breaking up again.
I'm standing.
What? The worst thing about the editing is the traffic patterns in the film, where they were recording from, say, one angle, and then the background noise would sound differently from when they recorded from the opposite angle. Mm-hmm. Like, you could actually hear traffic, just the actual ambient noise of cars driving in the background better in some angles than others. And it was so annoying going back and forth. It's just a back and forth conversation. And it's quiet in the background in one, and it's staticky. Then it goes to the girl, and it's like, it's like, what is going on? I know it's low budget, but get your sound right.
It didn't occur to me. How do I say?
Oh, really?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It didn't occur to me to check the credits afterwards to see if there was a sound guy listed.
Oh.
Well, even worse than that, when you'd have a cut, there'd be a moment of silence.
Yes.
Repeatedly throughout the film.
Yep.
Which is what happens when you pause it and then unpause it.
Mm-hmm.
They were editing in camera.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely could make a better film with my Kodak ZI-8.
Well, I was thinking, Joey, you and I should refilm this film, scene for scene.
Okay.
I'll wear the wig. I'll be the girl. I have no problem with that. I'm secure in my manhood. But
Okay.
Dude, we could literally on our camera phones film this movie scene for scene and do it better.
I think you're right.
It's even like the basketball scene where it's like, so yeah, the sex stuff.
Yeah.
So such most awkward.
A day without sex is a day wasted.
And then all of a sudden, let me call my friend. Oh, she's in her bikini making out with this guy with a John Lennon poster in the background. He keeps plugging Al Gore and Yoko Ono.
Yeah, the inconvenient truth meets fucking the birds.
This was an inconvenient film.
Yes, it was.
But when he meets the girl, I would like to keep in contact with you. Okay, here's my card. And here's mine.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, my God. That's one of my notes. Here's one of my notes. Are we literally... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Here's my card. Here's mine. How about the beginning, like the very, very beginning of the film, where you're driving in the car with him to his destination?
Oh,
that's exactly what's happening.
I mean, the 5-minute opening credits of, okay, well, we're driving there.
We're just driving to the destination. And how about the music? How repetitive was that music in the opening of the film? I don't know if you like notice things like that. I do immediately.
Oh, yeah, no, the music
the music, it was just repetitive. The same. It was the same part of the song over and over and over.
Also,
like it was written by fucking Sting.
Also, I maybe it's called the love theme to Birdemic. I'm not sure, but if you notice, the one song they keep playing is a bad ripoff of Imagine.
Oh yeah, because they keep referring to John Lennon.
But they just like, it's one of those things you'll hear in other films where they want to take the Indiana Jones theme, so they do something that sounds like it, but it's not. So they changed some of the notes, and they did that with Imagine. So you listen to it, it's like, okay, that's Imagine, but with the notes turned around.
Yeah, right, exactly. And as much as I don't like Yoko Ono, I wouldn't have minded if she sued them for it.
I don't think they even want to bring it up.
No.
Do you think Al Gore knows about this movie?
No.
Hey, Al, you got mentioned twice in this film. Oh, really? Good. We're getting the word. Oh, no.
It is nowhere near his radar. I can guarantee it.
How much was the sale when he was in his little cubicle and woo?
$1 million. $1 million.
It was $1 million.
It was $1 million.
My commission is 0.7%.
Okay. I think everyone gets the idea.
Are we watching the same one where the last line was, I don't know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That trailer.
I like when he says, and she has other things like passion.
What happened was,
it's like, really?
This trailer was cut by someone who actually knows how to do some stuff, like do film things, and they just like, okay, we have to save this film in some way and sell it, and it's like The Room. Oh, I meant to be funny.
The best part of that trailer was the metal song.
Yeah. It reminded me too of
And I'm sorry, you're not making $1 million sale from a goddamn cubicle. You're not.
It was such a tiny cubicle too.
Yeah.
There's not even a desk in there.
And I like the scene when they cut to it. Okay, sir, do you think we can get this deal done? Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Woohoo! Wait a minute. That's how $1 million deal gets done? Really?
His friend walks by. Hey, they move your cubicle in the hall again? What's up? They're in the fucking hallway.
You're not making $1 million deal from a cubicle. You're not. Sorry.
Like the boardroom scene.
Oh yeah.
Like, are we really gonna go through the entire boardroom speech here?
Yes, we are, because we need what's called filler.
We made a big deal. You're all independently wealthy now. Yay! Now I can retire and open my own solar panel factory.
You know what's funny? I was watching the film with Bujna, a.k.a. Chris, or I should say Chris, a.k.a. Bujna, and we're watching the movie, and he mentions about his Ford Prius, and Chris looks it up. That car doesn't exist. They just made it up.
Really? I thought, isn't there a Prius? What's the Prius?
No. Well, no. The exact model.
Oh, the model. Okay.
It was the Ford Mustang Prius.
Oh, that
does not exist.
Oh, yeah, that.
Ford does not make a Mustang Prius.
There's not a hybrid Mustang.
Right. I'm not Prius. I meant Mustang
right.
hybrid. Yeah.
I was like, Prius exists. What are you talking about? No,
yeah, no.
You're right. I remember the Mustang. I was like, yeah, okay. That's.
It's kind of like Xerox. You know, I'm going to make a Xerox. I kind of see Prius as
they don't make a hybrid.
Hybrid.
They don't make a hybrid Xerox either.
Yes, they don't.
Yeah.
You're right. But yeah, Chris looked it up. He goes, yeah, dude, The Mustang hybrid doesn't exist. They don't make it.
You know what? I didn't look it up, but I knew they didn't make one. A fucking Mustang. You don't run a Mustang off electricity. I don't.
Yeah. What did he say he got? I think he said he got like 40 miles to the gallon on that thing.
I know dick about cars, and I know you're not making a hybrid Mustang. That's just me.
One of my other notes is how awful the back and forth dialogue is between her and her mother.
Oh,
and I'm sorry, that woman did not spit that woman out.
That was an awkward scene too. Okay, we're visiting mom.
I love in this economy, he chooses for her mom to say, "You should get into real estate." It's like, what?
Well, when they're talking, what was mom doing on the counter?
She was cooking.
No, but what was she?
She was putting together like a fruit bowl or like cold cut platter or some shit.
She was just moving shit back and forth. She wasn't cooking. She wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, she was setting up a platter of some crap.
Not even, especially like she wasn't even like when she would like it would be arranged, but when she would move a piece, she would just drop it.
Yeah,
like she was too busy trying to memorize those 5 lines of dialogue.
Yep. Oh, honey, things are going so great for you, but maybe you want to get into real estate. Real estate. In one of the worst economic times of
oh, wait a minute.
Recent memory, in one of the worst real estate markets in recent memory, she should get into real estate.
Wait. She's a model.
Victoria's Secret cover girl.
She's a Victoria's Secret cover girl. She does her modeling at the 1 hour photo.
I know.
It's like, well, obviously it's a 1 hour photo shoot.
But she's at that place when she gets the phone call that, Victoria's Secret liked you so much. Really? They didn't even interview her. They didn't even interview her to come in and say, maybe we've got a better look at you. No, you got the cover. Why not?
Oh. Speaking of phone conversation, when he calls her, when he gets her card out and calls her to ask her out on a date.
Right.
And
he's in his car at that time.
They're both in their cars.
Right.
What kind of restaurant does he ask her to?
Did he say it wasn't sushi? Was it sushi?
It's the name of the country. Was it Vietnamese or?
Yeah.
No, but he says Vietnamese.
Yeah, he does.
I rewound that twice.
You're right.
Like, did I mishear that? Is he just no? I want to invite you. There's a good Vietnamese restaurant I know. What the fuck?
I looked him up. He's starring in Birdemic 2 coming out this year.
Oh my god.
But he also has an uncredited part in the new J. Edgar Hoover movie that's coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is he like a corpse or something?
He's a reporter.
In the background, probably non-speaking.
He's uncredited.
Yeah,
so he's just sitting in the background.
He's an extra.
Yeah. He should be fucking privileged that he was allowed anywhere near Leonardo DiCaprio.
He probably wasn't. They probably had to.
You're right. He probably wasn't.
Probably snuck out of set and they had to leave him in because they had to use the shot.
And they couldn't. They had to uncredit him because they didn't know his fucking name.
Who was that guy?
They didn't bother to ask him.
Who was that guy? Don't worry about it.
It's
now,
right.
Do you have any best lines in the film? Because I have one.
Best line in the film,
and it overshadows every other line.
Yes, I got one right here.
I'm gonna give mine first.
Oh, you're gonna take it. I know you're gonna take it away from me.
Well, hold on. Let's still. You want to shoot for it?
Yeah.
Odds or even.
Let's shoot. Okay. I'll go odds.
How do we do this? I have no idea.
You know what? Flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
And I'll take your word for
flip
it.
A coin.
All right. I'll flip a coin. What do you want? Heads or tails?
I'm calling heads.
Okay.
Ouch. You lost the coin.
No. It's okay. I got it. It's heads. You win.
All right. I go.
Oh man, you're gonna take it. I know you are.
Speaking of taking a shit, why aren't you in the military anymore?
That's not my line, though.
It's not?
No.
Oh, great. I'm sorry. The segue. That's the best segue ever. Speaking of taking a shit, Why aren't you in the military anymore?
My favorite line.
But the only thing better than that is like 10 seconds later, I got tired of all the war. Why can't we just give peace a chance?
The ironic part is my favorite line also has the word shit in it, it's hey, where's Becca?
Yeah.
Oh, she's taking a shit.
Well,
that's my favorite line. Where's Becca? She's taking a shit.
The best part is the line just after that.
What's that?
It's like what's the other girl's name?
Oh, was it Wendy?
Wendy? Becca.
Was Wendy.
Where's Becca? She's taking a shit. Wendy's got her back.
One of my other notes is the birds in the film. It took 47 minutes for them to show up.
That's they have that date in the bar with no one else there, and the
it's just them
in the karaoke.
Although in one scene you actually see shadows of other people to the left, and it's like, wow, there's other people, but they didn't bother to put them on camera.
They're the only two people.
And there's that one black singer,
the karaoke guy.
Yeah, it's so hilarious.
And what was he doing? Like some kind of weird pseudo rap?
Yeah,
I was digging it.
Yep.
That was. I want his album now. And they talk about how this might be the true love and everything, and then they go back and not have sex because she's wearing a bikini.
Oh right.
And
how about when they're in the bar and the bartender serves them? This is another one of my notes. Was that the jolliest bartender you've ever seen?
Yeah.
I mean, like right out of comic books. Like his cheeks are rosy red, almost like what's his face from The Wizard of Oz.
I guarantee
the guy that played the wizard at the end in the Emerald City, where like his nose is accentuated and he's got the rosy red cheeks. It's like he looked like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, this bartender's pretty fucking jolly.
It's so low budget that there's scenes too where you think to yourself, okay, all you can think of is they filmed this because someone knew someone that owned a bar,
right?
And he's gonna be in the film. And they can film before they open, so there's nobody in there. It's like you can see the production value in everything they shoot. It's like,
oh yeah,
okay, I live here, we can film here.
Right. Well, and you know what I found interesting about that is after the date, they go to her hotel. Why would you go to her shitty fucking hotel? Don't you have a house?
Oh, I think weren't they like on vacation or something?
No, he owns a house. He's going to put $20,000 solar panels on.
Right, but I thought they went on vacation. That's why they're in a hotel. I assume that's why they were in a hotel.
But their friends are also on vacation because they meet up with them like 10 minutes later.
Well, it's the weekend. I guess they were all on vacation.
I didn't think so.
You know what? I don't think it's because we're not paying attention. The first 10 minutes, I'm thinking to myself, this is horrendous. Whoever wrote this is mentally deficient. This is insane. Then you get about half an hour into it.
The director wrote it.
What?
The director wrote it.
Yeah, you get
James Nayugan or whatever his name is.
You get a half hour into it, you're thinking this guy is insane. About 55 minutes into it, you start thinking, wait a minute. This guy might actually be a genius, and he's doing all of this on purpose, isn't he? And then that lasts for about 10 minutes. And then you go back no, he's just an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, you almost sell it to yourself. You're on the edge. Like, no, this is actually like great, like low budget satirical. Like, no, he's actually buying it. This
like when he meets when they meet
the guy?
Well, no, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But when they meet the other couple at the hotel, and they go back to his car, and you find out that later he's in the military. But he's fucking armed to the teeth.
They don't set that up, do they?
No. See, it just out of nowhere, he pulls out a machine gun and starts shooting CGI birds in the sky. Which they used the same CGI shot over and over again because they couldn't be bothered to make new CGI shots because it costs money.
The first shot of the hawks.
And I like how they don't really fly at all.
Yeah,
they just kind of hover.
The hovering. The first shot of those hawks, the birds hovering. Literally, I'm like stunned. I'm like, okay, this has got to be a joke. You know what it is? It's Ed Wood, the movie Ed Wood. where he
Right.
gives the film canister. They show the guys watching it in the screening room, and after 10 minutes, they're like, "Oh, I bet Harry put him up to this. This is a gag, isn't it?" It's like, no, it's not a gag.
No, this is the movie.
This is serious.
Yeah, there's another 45 minutes. Hope you enjoy it.
But yeah,
Think about the executives and everyone involved in Heaven's Gate when he showed them the 5.5 hour cut.
I think
They had the same look.
I don't think it's a fair comparison. No, but I rewound it because I thought
think so.
I missed something. I thought I zoned out because like, okay,
Right.
I'm sure he explained why they had guns because they walked out with coat hangers. And like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't miss anything. They walked out with coat hangers and now they all have the machine guns. All right.
Let's see. What else do I have?
By the way, I called it. The bus scene.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Of course.
no. What? Of course, what?
But that was just to set up to kill more people
No, what I'm saying is,
in their party.
well,
What, that they were going to go save them?
no, that they were all fucking related.
Oh,
I called it. I waited for the I went through the credits. There they are, the Osbournes, the whole family. They were all related. It's like this is a this is a family, motherfucker. I guarantee this is a family. There's the son. There's the mother. They're all in on this. And what was I guarantee you. Okay, they parked the bus here. They said we can film while the bus is parked here.
how about when they go to the convenience store?
Wait. I have another question about the bus scene.
Okay. Go
So
ahead.
did the birds vomit on them, or did they shit on them?
I believe it was they vomited on them.
That's what I assumed because there are some birds who, as a defense gesture, will vomit up their innards with the gastric juices to repel people.
Right.
I saw it on an episode of Dirty Jobs.
But
But
is he smart enough to know that?
that's what I'm thinking. So like, okay, so maybe the birds just shit on them.
It's a mistake.
It was.
He's going to be like Tommy Wiseau and say, I meant to do that.
I meant to do that.
Oh, it's supposed to be a comedy. Ha ha.
Why did the birds attack it?
When they go to the convenience store for the first time.
It's the saddest convenience store in the
And-
world.
Oh, it is. And it's completely rated. But whoever rated it didn't bother to take an entire case of water.
And they also
They left that behind.
And they also nicely arranged the wrapped sandwiches in the deli counter.
Yeah, I know. that has no power, by the way.
Well, the sandwiches aren't edible anyway, so what do you want?
I shouldn't nitpick, but how can you not?
Oh,
What else do I have? I'm looking at my notes. I have 5 pages of notes, so there's so many things I can bring up.
I mean,
Like I was saying, I while watching this, God, I wish the police would gun them down for having realistic guns in public.
those are great outtakes.
You know, like during filming, it's like, they painted any gun that had like an orange tip, they painted it black. It's like, I really wish that they would get confronted by the police, shot and killed.
Oh, well,
Because they're making a student film
and
and it's just garbage.
now that you mention it, there's 2 scenes where they go to have a picnic.
Yeah, one is at the beach, and the other one is
That's the last
in
scene.
the forest.
No, not the forest. I'm talking about the other one where they go to the picnic bench
Yes,
after they rescue the kids. Because that's
Yep.
the whole scene with, hey,
'Cause
there's a guy on
were
that
hungry.
bridge. Get back!
I told you, step back. These birds are contaminated.
And then he gives a 5-minute lecture.
Yep, he gives a whole 5-minute lecture that was probably copied and pasted out of fucking Wikipedia.
I guarantee that's like his college professor or something.
Some bullshit.
He wrote
like
into
that.
it so he could talk about it. It's like, oh, he told me about.
It's the human race that's the problem, man.
What
What a
was the name of the guy
douchebag.
in the trees?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember?
I can look him up real quick.
Oh.
I have the IMDb open.
Oh, who doesn't?
Let's see.
Tree hugger.
Tree Hugger. That's right. His name was just Tree Hugger. Dick.
And that was another 5-minute speech. There are parts of it.
I have to stay behind and protect these trees. And then at the end of his scene, he goes, "Ooh, gotta go, mountain lions." What?
Yeah, there's a mountain lion.
The
You guys
fuck
gotta
are you
go back to your
talking
car. There are parts
like just so nonchalantly. Oh, there's mountain lions. I gotta split, guys.
like that scene. There are certain scenes where it literally feels like you're watching like a Nickelodeon kids thing.
It's not that good.
But you know what I mean.
I know
The
what you mean.
setup is so okay. Here we are. Now here's the guy that's going to talk about the environment. Now we have to run. Now we're going to show a cartoon.
Right.
But he wouldn't show the cartoon. God damn it! I kept waiting for the cartoon.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't gonna happen. Let's see. What else do I have?
45 minutes into it, I'm like, why the hell? Why?
I mean, I could do a whole hour on how bad the CGI is and why, but I'm not going to.
40 minutes into the film, I'm thinking, why the hell are we following this guy in his quest to like start his own solar panel company? After 15, 20 minutes of the whole bird thing, I'm like, can we go back to him building the solar panel company? Because I'm thinking that would be interesting. I want to know what like his structure is going to be. Where's he getting the plant? We're gonna buy the property or rent it? I'm engaged in this.
Yeah,
this has some possibilities. Ew, we hate seaweed. The kids eating the seaweed.
Oh yeah, no, I know they're
was,
boiling it up.
What was that whole scene?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. I don't even know where they got the utensils to even cook that shit.
That was probably camping gear.
And they happen to have it?
Yeah.
They weren't that prepared.
Hey, can you guys spare some gas? I saw this movie.
Oh.
I've seen this movie.
Well, how about before that? Before when they got the gas, the guy was charging $100 a gallon. And he's like, take it or leave it. And he takes out his credit card and charges it. I thought this was a bird apocalypse. Shouldn't none of this shit work? They went through great lengths. They went through great lengths to make you know that it's a bird apocalypse.
And you know what's great about that scene is that scene's green screened.
Yep.
They're not even in like a real station.
Nope.
They couldn't even pull that off.
$100. Take it or leave it. I guess I'll take it. He just got whatever it was, 10 gallons at $1,000.
Fine, this is wrong. Like,
and then the guy on the side of the road. Yeah, you're right. Who saw that coming?
I've seen this.
And then
he leaves
he leaves a gas can behind. There's like $200-$300 worth of gas in that fucking thing. What a cock! He deserves to be held at gunpoint.
Oh.
I'm just gonna leave the gas. If you were gonna do that, just fucking give the guy the gas. Fucking assholes. Yeah, where's Becca? She's taking a shit.
Speaking of taking a shit, why are you still in the war? Try that on an actual veteran. And
right,
to see where,
exactly.
To see where I guarantee you won't even get a response. But what the fuck was that supposed to mean?
One of my other notes is this film should have ended like a Serbian film ended.
With everybody dead?
Well, because it's like him, her, and the two kids. If they ended this the same way a Serbian film ended, I'd be happy.
It'd be, yeah, that would, I don't know if I want to go that far, but yeah.
The tree hugger, I'm like, one of my other notes is nice wig with a ponytail. You're safe here in the forest. And my other note is, yeah, there's more birds in the forest than anywhere on the goddamn planet.
But they're only attacking. I mean, I like the fact that the birds make the little. Did they ever explain why the birds explode when they crash?
I think they were crashing mostly in the gas stations. That's why they were exploding.
But so the birds were exploding
when they hit gas stations.
They showed them hitting buildings and exploding too.
That is true. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And they didn't explode every time. I think they blew their wad on their CGI money. Oh, one of my other notes near the end is U-Bowl, better director.
Holy shit, this film made me wish for U-Bowl. Oh, how I'd love to be watching Blood Rain right now. Oh, can we just turn this off and put on oh fuck, what's the dead one? The zombie one.
Oh, the House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. It takes place on an island, so I keep thinking of Island of the Dead. It's House of the Dead. Yeah. Oh.
That's right. Where did? Oh, and another thing is one of my notes is he goes fishing near the end of the film to catch fish to eat.
Uh-huh.
Where did he get the fishing pole?
They had it in the car.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
That's what bothered you?
Oh, there's a lot that bothered me.
I'm gonna.
But it's like, where'd you get the fishing pole?
I want to know. So he's fishing in the ocean with a fishing pole? Can you do that? Don't you need like a special kind of pole for that, like a long pole? That's an honest
for
question.
ocean.
Yeah.
Realistically, just because I have that stuff, you just need a pole that's strong enough to catch larger fish with stronger line.
Uh-huh.
You know, each pole is rated for how much weight it can pull up, and then the line itself is rated for how much weight as well. So yeah, I could use a freshwater pole for ocean fishing as long as I have a better line and it's meant to pick up heavier fish.
Okay. I'm sorry I asked the question.
That's quite all right. One of my other notes here is when they're on the beach near the end of the film and they're trying to figure out what to do, and and again they're hanging out outside.
Right.
There's a house in the background. How about you go to that abandoned house, because it's the bird apocalypse, and go fucking raid it for supplies and be fucking indoors? How about we go do that?
Honestly, I have to go back to the first 10 minutes of the film. I like when they kept showing him eating breakfast and watching the huge widescreen TV on the counter right in front of him.
Yeah.
And he was watching the news. And these nice little news.
Yeah, it was MMN News, which I have in my notes as being really shitty.
Well, I like the fact that it was a midget broadcaster or news anchor.
Well, you know what else Chris pointed out? He said that the TV that they use in the MMM News that they use in the background, with all the footage, is the same TV they're using on the counter.
I didn't notice that.
It's the same television. Chris is like, hey, dude, that's the same TV that's on the counter. You know that, right? I said, well, now I do. It's going in my notes.
I didn't even see that.
It's the same television.
I was too distracted by the fact that she was she was only like halfway up the screen.
Yeah.
Like she was a midget. And then the next time they showed the broadcast, she was up higher. Like they gave her lifts or something. It's like she was growing.
Yeah.
It's like, polar bears they have nowhere to go now because the Earth is warming. Now back.
So that pretty much concludes my notes, except for the ending of where they're all standing on the beach for literally 3 minutes before the credits even roll, watching the birds fly away, but actually just hovering in the sky still.
Yeah, that was a long 3 minutes because he kept hanging in there thinking, okay, and then there's something's going to happen. Because you haven't learned your lesson yet. You haven't learned. You're thinking, okay, you can't just have there's got to be something, because you haven't learned your lesson yet from the film.
When something flies away or just moves away from you, it gets smaller. That's not happening in this the end of the movie, where they're right before they roll the credits. They're just hovering in the sky. I believe some of them weren't even moving; they were just there. I mean that's how bad it was getting with the CGI stuff.
When I was doing my research, there's not much to go on, but I came across something where they said apparently the DVD has extras.
Really?
Which we wouldn't know because we had it on streaming.
Yeah, we both watched it streaming.
So apparently there's extras, a making of footage.
I have to see these extras now.
And from what I read, it said that see, I'm with you. Now I have to rent it. Is they said that it's explained in the making of footage that the eagles fly away because, and I don't know if this is bullshit or not. It's just like hearsay. For all I know, they're making it up. But it said that the doves, but knowing this writer,
well, they're eagles.
Knowing this, well, that's what I'm saying. Knowing this writer director, this could possibly be the actual explanation that's on the DVD. According to this person, they explain on the DVD that the doves of peace talk to the eagles and convince them to stop fighting and go away.
What?
I don't know if that's bullshit or not, but having suffered through this film, I would buy it if that was actually the explanation the guy gave.
So, okay. So when they make Birdemic 2, the dove's peace skills are not good anymore, good enough, so the birds start to attack.
Dude,
again?
when you start killing people like that, you can't just quick cold turkey.
Cold turkey. You know what you're
They
doing.
flew the coop.
Oh, so bad.
You should see the interview with the director. He sang like a canary.
Uh-huh. Oh, dude. I think it's time for you to give me my challenge.
Overall, what's your feelings on this film?
Overall,
I hate you.
I gotta be honest. It's so bad, and there are so many mistakes. I actually kind of enjoyed watching it.
No. See, I'm just...
No, I kind of did a little bit.
No.
Because Chris and I I could never watch it a second time.
Never.
I could never watch it a second time.
In pieces.
But
in pieces I could. In little pieces.
Maybe if we did it as a movie challenge. As a bad movie day contestant. I could absolutely show this to a group of people and just be really happy about it.
I'm not even kidding. Next time we get together, you and I are going to reenact scenes from this film. I mean, like dialogue scenes. I want you and I to reenact like the basketball sex conversation and like the dinner conversation where they're talking. I mean, seriously, we can do this.
I'm all for it. I got a tripod and a high def camera.
I feel it has to be done.
Okay.
Oh.
But I found it in a crazy small way enjoyable.
No.
Just because of how bad it was and how much fun I had tearing it apart with Chris. In much the same way if we had watched it together, I think we would have had fun tearing it apart.
You get weary at a point.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a point where you hit a wall and go, I don't care what the fuck this guy does anymore. I can't take it.
Because Chris and I were watching a movie and our significant others are at the dining room table doing whatever other things, and they every now and then they would lean over and they would just go, "Oh my God," because of what was happening on screen and how bad it was executed.
Executed is the perfect phrase.
Yes, it should be.
Holy shit.